All right, bro. That's at the spot. Episode 9. Here with you already got to know. We're not gonna go with the whole thing spiel.
No, what's your name? Tell me your name.
See Joe.
Cool.
What's your name? You think you're famous? No, they don't need to know your name.
You already know. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, now you know.
I gotta move the camera real quick.
Yeah, you.
I don't really see you. There you go.
So
I'm gonna keep that on there. I'm not gonna edit that. It's too much editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. This is it's a different day. It's a week after.
It's a week after episode 8. No, but yeah, it's you know who it is. It's me.
It's me. It's Silos. I'll put it on there on the little subtitle.
To be like the caption at the bottom. No, it's your boy. It's your boy.
Okay, it's your boy. Yeah, we're back at it again here with with this episode, getting ready to talk about this. This really hits me hard.
He's gonna start crying this episode, but
we're gonna talk about Florida.
Dude, that's no laughing matter, bro.
Florida, we're out here. We support you.
Same prayers, but
yeah.
I mean, if you've seen episode 8 and episode 9, we're wearing the same thing, and you're probably wondering why. And it's just because we were a week behind, and you'll know that in episode 8 we talk about going to Vegas, so you'll know why.
Oh yeah. So we were Vegas and we were recording.
So we didn't record all that stuff. You'll hear that episode 8. But the funny thing is, we weren't even going to record this episode. Javi was ready to leave.
I was ready to call it a night. I'm done.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Dave, we should record," and he had to unpack everything.
Yeah, and then put it back on.
So I just thought it was a little funny, but yeah.
It wasn't funny. You know how long it takes me to sit up?
That's what I'm saying.
I put makeup and everything on. I removed it.
Did you have makeup on? Yeah. That shit ain't working, bro.
Oh.
Just kidding. Not
but
kidding. Not sorry.
First, we're just going to give our condolences, our respect, our prayers to Florida.
Well, I mean,
that's it. I'm not going to give it an episode, bro.
What?
I'm not going to give it an episode.
Oh, I mean, it's not. We're not going to talk about like a whole topic about Florida, but yeah, I was saying our respect, saying our prayers to Florida. I seen the TikTok videos, seen the videos. It's pretty bad out there. Hope everybody's okay, and keep staying safe. I think it already went past, and I think it's going to New Jersey or the Carolinas. I think.
Yeah.
But it's slower than what happened. But yeah, I seen some places in Florida that got hit pretty hard. So
no, and it's crazy, and I get it. It's something that people need to know, and just make sure if you have family there, you reach out to them. If you have friends, family, whatever it is, just
Dude, the stress level is pretty hard, dude. I have the guy that did my fence. He's my friend now. We're buddies.
Oh yeah. Give you a discount, so you're buddies.
So we friends now, But he was telling me that he recently had a kid. Mm-hmm. And I guess they live in Florida, and his kid was over there in Orlando. Damn. So he was just tripping about it. So I can only imagine, as a dad and your wife and your kid over there. And
he needed the money he asked for a discount.
Yeah.
He was like,
So he was like, "Hey, I need the discount I gave you. I need it back to send." But yeah, it's just tough. So I I'd send my respect over there. Hope everything's okay, and Florida's strong.
Yeah. And now we get to watch the game on Sunday against Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
But are they playing in Kansas?
They're playing in Tampa.
Will they play on this Sunday in Tampa? Mm-hmm. Are they actually playing? I thought they were going to play in somewhere else.
Minnesota?
That's what I heard.
No, yeah, they're going to play. They're actually going to play in Tampa, where the stadium's at.
But did you see about Tua? You saw what happened to Tua? The Miami Dolphins?
I'm sad, dude.
That's crazy, huh?
Not R.I.P. because he's still alive, but it's sad.
Just because we're talking about Florida and he plays for Miami. But yeah, that just brought me up. But yeah, that thing that happened Thursday night was pretty wild.
So we'll send prayers out to him too, and respect and all that good stuff. Good vibes his way. But no, we're going to get into our topic. This is really we might
cry a little. We might not.
We might laugh. We might hug each other.
We might, it might go deep.
Or we might not go that deep enough.
That's what she said. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
we're gonna go deep,
Very.
very deep. No, but yeah, if it's something, you know, for mental health, I think it hits, and we're probably gonna rant, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're gonna rap. No,
No,
we're
not
gonna
rant.
Yeah, sorry with these headphones. They're very cheap. But yeah,
You tell them they're cheap, bro.
we're getting more listeners.
They're
I can get
expensive.
Bose. But no. So men's health. This is a really good one.
So talk about. I mean, you talk about men's health, right? And I mean, I don't know how you are about how to say the word men's. I can't even say it.
Menstruation.
No.
Okay.
Stupid. The new iPhone tells you that though.
Huh?
Administration.
Yeah.
The iPhone and the Apple Watch.
Oh yeah, the new ones, yeah.
Just
That's
because
not
I'm
what
not
I'm talking
sponsored.
about.
I know, but I'm just
Yeah.
it's just throwing that out there.
We were talking about
masculinity.
masculinity.
I can't say.
Google
It sucks for being fucking Hispanic. Sucks, bro.
Masculinity.
Machista. That's how we say it. I can't say it. And machismo. We can't say it. I can't say it in English.
Misogynist.
Misogynist? No.
That's machismo, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, being machista, like thinking.
Machismo.
Why are we talking about machista? Though that's where you think men are superior than women. Is that what we're going for? I thought it was
No. But the whole term machista is like, or machismo, or
Oh yeah, I get
You
what you're
talk-
trying to lead into that because you're tough. So
you're tough. You don't
Yeah.
cry. You don't show your.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying that. I don't know why you're throwing that
I'm
out
like-
there, bro.
Just trying to see your true colors, bro.
Yeah, okay, dude. What are you trying to say?
Before you branch off to yourself, and then that's what they know, the true color, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, no. So okay, so talking about that and men's health and a bunch of other things. What's up with, like, you feel as a machista or
I can't say the word.
like no, it's not machismo.
Okay, bro. Machismo.
No, just
It's
manly. I guess being manly. You
Yeah,
know?
but the masculinity. Fuck.
Yeah, I know, you
Something
just
like
threw
that.
It off, dude.
Something like that. But
I'll probably, anyways, being like that, being manly, being, it makes it seem that men don't suffer or don't go through depression or they don't have their own mental health going on, but they do. It's for you, like, I mean, I can say because I'm sharing it and it's our platform, but depression, I feel I suffered for depression, like not now, but before. And I can say I experienced depression.
But you experience depression. What can you say about being in depression?
It sucks, It's like you look and you with depression, it's like you don't want to share it with your spouse. You don't want to share it with other people, because you're like, oh.
Well, it's tough to share it with anybody, dude. Especially, like I said, because especially being a man, you can't share it. Who can you share that genuinely with?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
you think you could share with your wife, and it's not like not saying that you don't trust your wife or you're not comfortable with your wife, but at the same time, like you feel like you have the responsibility as a man
to be tough
and not show your wife
that you're weak or
any
feeling that type of way. But it is true though. Like for me, when I felt that way, it's gonna get personal. But when I did go through depression, it's like you're laying in bed and you're just crying, because one, it can be either money related, it can be work related, relationship, marriage, anything, and you're just like there laying and you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? How can I fix this? And as I'm laying down, I can't really remember why I was feeling that way and why I was crying, but it sucked, because I'm like, who do I open my phone contacts. I'm like, who do I contact? Like, do I contact, let's say I would be like, do I contact Carlos, or he's going to feel like, why is he feeling this way? Like, what the fuck, and feeling like, is he going to tell the rest of the family what I'm going through, or going to complete friend that I don't really know that much and being like, yo, this is how I feel. and not really understanding and getting any feedback.
Yeah, and it's super tough, dude. Because I have a hard time dealing with my own feelings.
Yeah.
And for me, I've never gone through depression, or felt like I've gone through depression. But to me, it's different because I'm the type of guy that likes to keep my feelings to myself, and pretty much keep everything to myself. I don't like to disclose more of myself than I have to. So I just think it's hard, just because it is true. Because who can you talk to like that? You could talk to and be like, hey, because I feel like it could be, I don't know. I just feel like if you tell your wife, maybe not, but maybe they could feel like, oh, this guy's less of a man, or if I talk to you or another guy or another person, like, oh, this guy's, look at this weak ass or something like that. You probably won't say that, but I'm just thinking that to myself, like.
Yeah.
And then I genuinely think, and this may be shitty to say, but I feel like you just don't care. I'm gonna be genuinely honest. If I tell you how I really feel, you're just gonna tell me what you want to say or what I want you to say. Like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. I understand. Everything will be great. But genuinely, I feel like you don't really care. Yeah. Why? Because you have your own shit going on. Right now, I tell you like, hey, bro, this is going on, blah 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 blah. But then you're gonna tell me what I want to hear. Everything's gonna be okay. I understand. I know what you're going through. Blah 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 blah. But then next hour, you're gonna be happy with your life, dealing with your own shit. You're gonna forget what I said, and it's just like you're not really going through what I'm going through. So but that's just my way of viewing it.
But I think that's what's wrong, and that's what stops, men talking to other men or talking to guys or friends or whatever, right? Because you're thinking that way, like, oh well, he's not gonna care. He's just gonna think he's probably gonna think less of me because I'm going through this. Just everything that every excuse or every reason why you feel you shouldn't is the reason we don't open up and share with each other, right? Like for me, I know how close our family is, right? Like when by I mean our family, I mean like our spouse's family, right? They're they're very connected. Everyone shares everything. We can be like, oh, and so I feel like I'd be okay to open up with myself, but then one thing that would be holding me back is like, is this gonna, if I'm sharing this, will this be shared with the rest of the family, So when I go, right, for example, one thing, and it also has to do with health, but when I had testicular cancer, right, knowing that the process of it, right, I had to share what happened, like, oh, I had cancer on my left testicle. So, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't want to share it before because I'm like, if I tell people testicular cancer, they search it up, they know, oh, well, he had to get his testicle removed, So one big thing for me is like, oh, now I'm going to feel people. At first I was like, now people are going to say I'm less of a man because I only have one less testicle, instead of being like, oh, bro, like, you're good, what happened, and all this. And it's brought up, right? Like, I know we joke around, and for me, I have tough skin and I don't care, but it's one thing that I didn't want to share. But then eventually I'm like, I got to share this because anyone can go through it, like you can go through it later on in life. And at least me sharing my experience, now like, hey, bro, everything's going to be good, You don't have to worry about the procedure. Everything you'll get in recovery is this, But this is one thing that I had to share with everyone. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be taken. If, if it was going to get spread out as a rumor, people were going to say stuff, people were going to think less of me. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, screw it. This is me, and I'm sharing it because I want to share it with family. I want to share it with my friends that I really care about. And that leads me to going back and sharing stuff. I'm a very open person. I can tell you everything, and tell you about my life, tell you what I've gone through. But now I'm in that point in my life where I don't share as much, not because I'm like, oh, I never really got any help or no one really listened, but because I've been in that situation where I would listen to friends, they tell me about their depression, and then I would be like, well, this is how I feel, or, you'll get better because I went through it. It's like, it's okay to like tell them they're going to be okay, but you have to be in that point where you can't make it about you, If you were telling me, hey, this is how I feel, I have to go and be like, listen and see how you want me to respond. Do you want me to be honest? Do you want me to tell you whatever you want to hear. Like, because if you want me to tell you whatever you want to hear, then you're not gonna get any advice or anything. It's just gonna be, well, hey, dude, everything's gonna be okay. You're good. You got this. But it's not me really helping you out, because I can be like, yo, like, there's this number. I've been through it myself. Like, hey, I've been through some financial problems. Like, here's this number, bro. Like, or how can I help you? Let me lend you some money, or whatever the situation might be. That's leading into like depression or anxiety or whatever that might be. And yeah, I'm that point in my life where I'm just listening, and I hope that by listening later on down the road, I can actually give my opinion and help you out instead of just being there just to listen.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like that most of my life. I would say I'm more of a listener in everything, not just like with mental health or things. I just listen. I'm more of a listener than a talker. And it's just, I mean, you can say it's just because I'm shy or quiet or don't like to talk, but I just like to not say much, because I have that mentality where it's just like, if you're telling me something, cool, like, congrats or whatever. If it's something good, something bad, like, oh, it sucks. But I'm just not good at it. Like, if you needed advice, maybe I have the answer, and maybe it is, but I'd rather not tell you, because I'm thinking, like, what if it goes worse for him, or what if it's not what he needs to hear? So I'd rather just be a support and be a listener, and that's it,
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I like I said, I feel that way. I feel like if I tell you, hey, bro, I'm feeling sad, like, you're just gonna tell me things, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna feel what I'm feeling. And maybe we could relate and be like, yeah, I felt that way, but my way of dealing things, or the reason why it happened, was different from yours. So I just think that I don't have any right place to tell you, like, hey, everything's gonna be okay, because maybe things aren't gonna be okay. You think that, and maybe I think that too, but eventually things do get better no matter what, right? Things get better no matter what you're going through. You just have to fight through it and find your way out of there. But at that time, you're not really listening to that. You're just going through your problems, and you just think the worst, and you think everything's done. But why would I tell you or give you advice on that? I can't. And that's just me a way seeing it. I just don't think what I have to say will be beneficial to you. And that way, I think the same way. I don't think what you would tell me is beneficial, because if I'm going through my shit, you don't know. Whatever you say, like, I don't think it's true or whatever. And I probably think that at the end of the day, I just feel like you just tell me what I want to hear. So that's just my way of thinking that. So
yeah, I mean, it is personal opinion, and everyone, your own thoughts and your feelings and stuff like that. But like I said, for me,
but I mean, I feel like most men have to feel some sort of way like that, right? Like, I don't think I should disclose this information because I'm a man. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're sad. Well, who gives a shit? You're a man.
Yeah.
Get over it. I think people just think that way and feel that way, and we forget.
Which is, I don't know.
I feel like, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, women and that feel general, but let's be real. Men prefer manly men. They might not say, oh, we're all about, like, but let's be real. Like, women may not say it, but I think it's like, they prefer, like, the handyman. They prefer the guy that could do stuff with his hand. I don't know. I feel like there's more women of that looking for that.
Yeah, and this is why I am the way that I am. Smart. Just kidding now. But okay, for example, right? You grew up with brothers.
Yeah.
So you grew up, I think just you three, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up with sisters. So it was my older sister, then myself, and then my, two younger sisters, and then my little brother. But growing up, it was just us four, And so I really didn't see that from my dad, where the whole, like, manly, and I'm not saying because, like, oh, he's not manly or he's weak or whatever. Because for me, from growing up, I saw my dad, he would be the one cooking in the house, cleaning that, he'd be, and then growing with my sisters, like, just seeing the girls' views, and feelings and all this, So seeing how they were with each other or friends, and so I grew up kind of being like, oh, I'm gonna share my feelings. I'm gonna talk about my feelings, and I can talk to someone about my feelings or how do I feel just by meeting them for like let's say I just met them 2-3 months, and I get that connection like, oh man, this person's legit. I feel like I can share anything, be open with them. I'd start telling them my life, like, hey, this and this, or even my barber. Like not all the time with my barbers, but there might be a barber where I'm like, yo, this is what's going on in life, right? Because they don't know me, they don't know my life, they don't know. Well, like I'm gonna say personally, they don't know me or my wife or my kids, right? So I feel like I'm more comfortable opening up to them and being like, hey, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. And all they're doing is just that listening. They're not gonna give me advice, and if they do give me advice, I wouldn't listen, because I just don't know them that well. But I feel when I'm going back, it's like we're friends. We've known each other for now, like I don't know how many years, like 10 years, more than 10 years, And it's crazy that we wouldn't be able to share that information or be open with each other, that we've been knowing each other for so long, because we feel like that we have valid reasons, like we can't be open with each other. Like my reason is, just how is the family going to take this? Like knowing what I'm going through or things that I'm sharing. And so that's why I think to me it just sounds crazy sharing something with a stranger instead of sharing stuff with your family,
Yeah,
and that's me.
Yeah, I can't do either one, dude. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Can't share with family, can't share. I say that I talk to myself in the shower. That's what I do.
Yeah.
When I have shit in my head or things going on, I just in the shower.
Yeah.
That's just what I do. Because I feel like, no one's going to judge me there. No one's going to tell me shit. Like, it's just me and my thoughts.
And like, trust me, I mean, I'm not going to say this just because, like, we're having this conversation, but I used to be, I do that sometimes, I say stuff in the shower or I just, stand there in the shower and just going through my thoughts, And I get it, but for me, I know that I need to let it out, I need to share with people, with a human, because I feel letting them know the way I feel is good, and I feel relieved, but I can honestly say I haven't shared it with another guy where it's gonna be like, dude, I've been there, I know what you mean, I know what you feel. It's mostly just like I said, barbers, and mostly barbers are girls, and it's not like they can tell me from a guy's point of view or guy's side and be like, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, I just think like, even with my barber, I just don't, just the basic stuff. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like I like to just keep shit to myself. I don't want no one to know how weak I am, or how strong I am, or what I have, what I think. Part of it's because I just don't, maybe I'm not comfortable, I'm not there yet, but also it's because I think the person hearing that won't really care.
And I can personally say I would care, like I would personally say like I would care. We need to be more open. We need to talk.
But dude, realistically speaking, you're gonna care when you hear the stuff, but you're not gonna care after.
But why wouldn't I not care after?
It's because you have your own shit going on.
Well,
has anybody else opened up to you before? Maybe.
Yeah.
But you probably already like fucking forgot about it, in the sense of they are doing their own thing. You consult, or you I can't say the word, but you made them feel or were there, and then you move on.
Yeah. But the thing that sucks though, right, is that I'm that type of person that I'll reach out to that person. Like, for example, I know a friend that's going through stuff, and I tell them, like, here and there, I'm like, hey, how's it going? How's everything? How do you feel? But it's not the other way around where I get the same feedback, Like, if I share something, it's not like, yo, you good every day, or, it's like, it's just kind of forgotten. So I understand what you feel, but it's not everyone's like gonna be like that. You know, for me, there's so much things that I can say I've gone through in life, and it hasn't been easy. But I'm done. For me personally, like I'm done sharing that for now. Not because it sucks or I don't like it, but it's because now I'm in that mode. I want to listen. I want to just be able to listen to a person.
Yeah.
And then wait for them to tell me, hey, now give me advice. Now open up. You know, now tell me what you want to.
I think just listening that's something that I'm really good at, is just listening, you know. Mm-hmm. I listen and I remember things, you know, like, hey, I remember when you brought this up and stuff like that. But that's just me, you know. Yeah. And I think it's just as men and mental health in general with us, it's tough. We have to keep a lot of things to ourselves. We usually don't tell people things. If we do, we're scared of what they're gonna say. If it's family or friends, are we doing this right? Do we have the father thing down? Are we really good parents? Are we good husbands? Yeah. And not every relationship's perfect, but even our own wives, they're not per se telling us we're the best husbands or we're the best dads in the world. I feel like they can complain more than tell us the good things that we're doing, right? And I just think it's normal, you know. But I just think as men, it's just like either we have to keep it to ourselves, and usually we keep it because they're more busy trying to make women feel better. Yeah. You know? So we just gotta keep that to ourselves. You find your way to make better, and I just carry that to myself. I mean, you said it yourself, I grew up with my siblings. We talk shit, we make fun of each other. But it's just, you know, we never really were ever vulnerable to each other.
Yeah. And I think that's what needs to change. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong, right? Like, oh, well, how you were brought up or whatever. But you having a son, you know, like being able to be like, yo, like it's okay to open up to me or open up to your parents, you know, and knowing like, I'm sure his, you know, your son's way of growing up is going to be different growing up with the sister, you know, and seeing what she goes through and everything and how she opens up, how she's very vulnerable and all this. I'm assuming, right? Because it can also be like that she takes up on, you know, they both take up on you and they don't share, they just listen. But assuming, you know, because like women like to share more than men amongst each other, it's like he might change, he might be different. He might be sharing stuff to either his sister, to friends and stuff like that. So, but it's nothing like where you go, hey, don't be sharing that. Don't, you know, like you can't be doing that. Like this not manly of you. It's like you just letting him express himself like that, you know. And I'm hoping if I have a son later down the road where I can be like, yo, this is how I grew up, and I want to make sure that you can share, to let you know that I'm here to listen, to let you know people will listen, and there's people that don't care, but don't just. I'm always like that. I always find the good in a person until they do me wrong, and even when they do me wrong, sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's for a reason, whatever, you know, and to know, hey, like. Not everyone's gonna be messed up like that. There's people out there that care and will listen to you.
Yeah. So I think you just hear my boy crying in the background. He's already feeling it.
I know. He's like, you know what? Got feelings.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just the way I view things. So for me, it's just very tough to share with anybody.
And it's hard, you know. It's hard for guys too.
And I know I'm not the only one, you know. I think in general, I think men just feel like they expect us a lot from us, and we're the less appreciative. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I had
it's like, think about it, bro. Father's Day. Do you remember what they did for you or what you did for your father? Not too much. I mean, maybe, but not as much as Mother's Day. Yeah. You know, Mother's Day, you go all out for the mother. You do all this. You do everything because it's a mother. Same me, even me. As like for myself, like I would do stuff a lot for my mom instead of my dad. Yeah. But I think it's in general, you know.
Yeah, and it's because you feel like, well, he's a man. He really doesn't need anything. Yeah. But your mom, you're like, let's spoil her, or your wife, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing for me, where it's wrong of me doing it. But when you know, my wife wants to give me something for Father's Day, I'm like, oh, I don't want anything, you know. I don't need anything. Where I would appreciate just something random, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just, it's just, yeah, I mean, like, it would be nice just to randomly get you something, you know.
But it's like it's expected differently. Like, oh, well, you're the man of the house. You know, you need to provide. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like. But then you're like, it shouldn't be that conversation. It should be like, we both need to grind. You know, we both need to.
Yeah, because I mean, and I think it also pertains the culture that we belong to, right? I think it also comes back from our culture. You know, it's just the man is the one that provides and all that type of stuff. And for me, it's never been that way. Like, I never came from parents like that, where it's like, hey, you're gonna be the breadwinner, your wife's gonna stay home and take care of the kids. Because my dad, he does the cleaning, he does the cooking, and my parents taught me like to never depend on anybody, even if you're married. Like, hey, you could do your laundry. This is how you do laundry. This is how you cook. Cause I mean, they should. It depending on how your life is going, right? If you're the one that's working the most and they're not really working, then they should do most of the stuff at home, right? That's only a fair assumption, right? If you both are working and you both do the same thing at home, right? And that's just different. But it's just like, in that aspect, is like, you do this, you do that, but this is how you become, per se, a man. Like, you have to care for yourself. And I think that's just how I was brought up. So I think that's just.
And one thing too, like for me, again, one thing I used to hate, like I used to be like, oh man, why do people talk to therapists and this, And it wasn't until, because for me, it's like they get paid to listen. And then they get paid to say whatever they feel like it, and then they get paid, and that's it,
But even growing up, dude, we're Hispanic, dude. When you tell them, hey, we're going to culture therapist, it's like, okay. But it's like, me, okay, what are you paying for that? Like, you're depressed. Depression, you cannot go out there and do something,
And it's different for me, right? I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna take medication, because I would never in my life, and I'm saying it now, right? But I would never. And I'm not hitting on anybody that does, but saying like, oh, hey, taking medication is wrong. But I would never put myself like where I'm going to be taking medication. I'll talk to a therapist, and I have talked to a therapist before in my life, and I'm like, wow, like this is actually good, because they just don't listen. They actually give you advice that I should be taking, but sometimes I don't, And it's good to have that. Like, it's so I can be like, yeah, dude, get a therapist, especially if your work offers that. Why wouldn't you do it for free, And it's I feel like it's beneficial, and it's good for your health, and it's good to talk to someone professional about it as well. But it's it's also being like, well, what are people gonna say when they find out? It's like, dude, it is what it is. Whatever. I'm trying to take care of myself and my family, and I feel like I can't take care of myself if I don't take care of myself, of my my own self first before I take care of anyone else.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, thinking it's just like, this is how I am. I feel good. I can say I haven't been depressed in I think a couple of years or so. I'm past that. I'm not saying it can come back, but I'm past that, and I'm good. Like I feel like I'm comfortable. Things in life might not go well sometimes, but I'm dealing with it every day. Like one step at a time, or whatever it is.
Yeah, this is what we all have to do,
But, so, if you ever need to talk to someone.
Yeah, anybody in general, dude. I mean,
just
talk to somebody. I mean, if that's your type of person, but just don't feel like just because you're a man, you're not worth it or not. And if there's anybody that needs to listen to it, if you're a dad or just a guy in general, you're doing a great job, Yeah. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep on marching, and there's always going to be that light at the end of the tunnel, and just know that people do care, and we care. We're here, like, even if you want to send a message on on YouTube or whatever, it's just we want to communicate and let you guys know that we care, and just not even just guys, like girls out there, anyone that's feeling the certain way, depression, anxiety, just write it somewhere, talk to your friends, family, anyone, and you will get through it.
Yeah.
But it's health. It's hard, as for men out there. and it's okay to feel a certain way. It's good to open up. Carlos,
Yeah.
CeeLo, you know.
Yeah. I'll keep sticking to the shower, man.
He's like, oh, you know what? And he argues with himself.
It's like, yeah, it is like that, man. It's
Yeah,
just
it's like,
like,
fuck
yeah,
them.
it's like fuck them.
It's like, fuck them.
It's like fuck them people, man. Nah, but you're great, you know.
It's like, you're doing well.
Yeah.
And it's,
But
yeah.
sometimes it's the same thing. Like you question, it's like, oh shit, did I did the right thing?
Yeah.
Am I doing good?
Yeah.
You know, am I being the best that I could be? You know, and that's stuff that goes to pretty sure anybody, you know. But I just
You're
think
doing
that
amazing. You got this, sir.
yeah, you know, you just gotta go through it, and then nobody's perfect.
No.
So yeah, I mean, you just gotta deal with it your own way, and whatever way you deal with it, just know you're not alone.
You're not.
So
Yeah.
but dude, yeah, that's really all I got for.
Yeah. So we got for y'all here this night, this lovely Friday night. Please reach out to us, and then reach out to any suicide hotline. I wish we had the number up somewhere.
Yeah, you probably. I mean, you'll probably put it on the whatever, but
I'll make sure to let everyone know. Suicide hotline. I guess the new text number is 988. So anyone out there, with any suicidal thoughts or just crisis, anything that's going on in your life, you can text 9888. I don't know, is it call? No, you can call or text, and they will help you out, and they listen. Or just DM us, and we will reach out and we'll help out.
yeah, the definitely different that we talk to. We normally talk shit,
Yeah.
but I think it's good to keep it serious. Just
We'll open up more. I'll get CeeLo to open up more as we go through these podcasts and we talk, personal life and open up and be vulnerable to you guys.
I'm a closed book.
I'll listen up for you guys.
It's like
But that's what we got for you guys here at the episode 9.
Yeah,
I
episode
don't know if
9.
you got anything else too.
yeah, I don't got much to say, but yeah, episode 9. Everybody stay strong.
Yeah.
Keep up. Look up. Everything's gonna be all right.
And then we got our outro. Thoughts at the spot.
Which one?
We get you wet.
We get you wet. No,
Thoughts at the spot.
we're still trying to do the
Hit the spot.
catchphrase.
Tell your wife or ask your wife.
No, it's thoughts at the spot. We hit the spot. Just
And
ask the wife.
Yeah.
Just ask your wife. Sorry.
Just ask your wife.
No, you had. Yeah, you had to ask your wife.
Yeah, and she might tell you. But we appreciate it. Much love. We out.